Let's have a talk.
Welcome to the third episode of this study on the divinity of Jesus. Last time we were here, we looked at the fact that Jesus represents the Godhead fully, bodily, physically. No man can see the Father, but Jesus has revealed him, because when you see Jesus, you see the Father. They are one and the same, not in person, but in nature and in essence. Today we are going to take it a step further. As we speak about the divinity of Jesus, we are going to go to the next set of scriptures, headed by John 20, verse 28, Matthew 28, 17, and John 9, 38. Let's hear what these passages have to tell us. John 20, verse 28. John 20, verse 28. And Thomas answered and said to him, My Lord and my God. Now remember, this is the story of when, after Jesus was resurrected, and Thomas had not seen Jesus, and he heard, but he didn't believe. And so when Jesus appeared to him and said, Here's my hand, here's my side, push your finger there, because he said, Unless me put my finger in the scars, I'm not going to believe. So Jesus appeared and said, Here am I. See the scars here? Do it. And Thomas said, My Lord and my God. Matthew 28, verse 17. When they saw him, they worshipped, as the 11 disciples, but some doubted. John 9, verse 38. This is the blind man that Jesus healed. And when he realized whom Jesus was, then he said, Lord, I believe, and he worshipped. Now, what are these passages showing us? These passages are showing us that persons worshipped Jesus as God, and Jesus did not rebuke them. Jesus did not say to them like the angel would have said, or one of the prophets, or even the apostles would have said, No, I'm a fellow servant like you, don't worship me, worship the Father only. Thomas called him Lord, my Lord and my God. Jesus did not rebuke him. Jesus allowed him to acknowledge him as God. Jesus allowed the disciples to worship him. In Luke 24, I didn't read Luke 24, verse 52. Luke 24, verse 52. And they worshipped him and returned to Jerusalem with great joy. That is Luke's version of what happened in Matthew 28. In Matthew 14, verse 33, then those who were in the boat came and worshipped him, saying, Truly, you are the Son of God. So this was Jesus, this was the disciples after Jesus calmed the storm on their behalf. And also the blind man, as I said before, who was healed by Jesus, worshipped him. Now, if you read from Old Testament to Revelation, you will discover from Genesis to Revelation that no true prophet took worship for themselves. No angel that appeared to man took worship for himself. Any being that takes worship for himself is either God or somebody who is trying to usurp the authority of God. Like Herod, who, when the people said, this is not the voice of a man, this is the voice of a God. And immediately he took glory for himself. He took the glory and God struck him. On the other hand, Paul and Barnabas, when the people heard them and saw them, they ran out to worship them. They brought gifts of offering and oblation to worship and sacrifice to them. And Paul, distressed, Paul said, No, we are fellow men like you. Even the angels. In Revelation, we read where when John saw the mighty angel and John bowed down to worship, the angel said, No, and pick him up and said, No, don't do that. I am a fellow servant like you. The Apostle Peter also did the same. When Cornelius bowed before him, he said, no, he raised him up. Yet Jesus, now if Jesus allowed worship to be ascribed to him, and God didn't strike him down, what is that telling you? He is divine. He is deity. He is indeed God in the flesh. The God who deserved and deserves to be worshipped. He was worshipped. Even the angels, when he was born, worshipped. But we're not going to go down that road today. But these passages are showing us that worship is ascribed to Jesus, and it was neither offensive to him or offensive to the Father. It's offensive to God. And so we know that from these passages, Jesus is God. Jesus is deity. Jesus is divine. Think on these things. Walk good, my friend. Take care.
Subscribe on YouTube.